Welcome back. It is 8:18. Welcome back into our streaming coverage of the Tuesday runoff and the November elections. Of course, it's December, but these are runoff races from the November election. Our panel joining us now, and we are continuing to talk about some of the big races that we are watching for mayor, lots of different district seats, and we right now want to look at some of the results coming in. Right now we have results coming in for East Point Mayor. You can see Keisha Chapman is leading this race right now. It's 65% of the vote. Joshua Butler behind her right now at 35% of the vote. But keep in mind, just 8:19 here, we are looking at early numbers as these numbers are still coming in. Another race that we are watching right now is the Atlanta Board of Education, seat 8 at large. This is a race that anybody in the city of Atlanta could vote for. Casey Brock currently leading with 55% of the vote, and Royce Mann 44% of the vote. Fausta Boxborough-Amburn joining us for our panel here. Let's start off with that East Point Mayor race. Looking at that, any thoughts from that, or once again the APS seat at large race, a Atlanta citywide race, Fal?
Look, I think, again, like you look at the turnout numbers, it's, we were speaking earlier about the general election and the turnout numbers and how it's kind of like an echo at this point of the November elections. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, whichever candidate comes out on top. I mean, really, kudos to them, because they really had a number of challenges that they had to overcome to be able to win the seat.
And Spiro, I want to ask you a question about a point you made earlier. You're a Republican strategist. You said earlier that the results of the Public Service Commission races, where we saw 2 incumbent Republicans get their seats flipped by 2 Democratic challengers, you said those results may have been a wake-up call to some Republican voters to go out and cast a ballot in these runoffs. Could it also be a wake-up call or an energizing call to some Democratic voters who saw that and think, yeah, let's keep going?
Yeah, I think that is what makes this particular runoff in these municipal elections unique, is the fact that you did have the PSC on the ballot, which was kind of like a, you know, I call it like a sleeping giant, but I don't know what the best analogy is, but you had so many people that weren't really aware of that race and didn't even know what the PSC is, and then all of a sudden you have the fallout and the stories after the fact. And those Democratic wins. So yeah, I think that cuts both ways. But I do think when you're on the losing side of that, it tends to energize you a little bit more. It's a wake-up call.
And we saw those comments coming out from Republicans really nationwide that night, because they felt that, you know what, maybe we need to do something here. I do want to get back to that APS seat at large race, just because here in Atlanta, schooling is a very big deal. We know that whoever wins this seat, whether it be Casey Brock or Royce Mann, they are going to be influential when it comes to budget. They are going to be influential when it comes to literacy rates. Pulling up the stats right here, we know that Casey Brock endorsed by Atlanta Mayor Andre Dickens, Royce Mann getting an endorsement by former Atlanta Mayor Shirley Franklin, both of them very bright candidates, both of them graduates of APS schools as well. Casey Brock, an educator, Royce Mann, a little bit younger. He graduated, I can't remember the exact year that he graduated, but he is in his 20s. But both of them vying for this seat.